to the Cinementalists. Noun, plural. Definition, those whose love for movies runs so deep, they can't help but do a podcast about them. Hosted by Colton Robertson and Joseph George. Hello everybody, and welcome in to the Cinementalists for the finale of our top 100 favorite actors of all time. This is the top 10. And I am so very excited. I am Colton Robertson. I'm joined by Joseph George. What's up, homie?
Oh, what up, what up? Always a pleasure to be here.
Oh, and it is always a pleasure to have you. We're here. This is what it's all been building to. And of course, I imagine there will be plenty of people who are tuning in for the first time. I'm not going to lie to you. I do a lot of programming because I want to do programming, but it's rarely programming that I would want to listen to. So I completely get why you didn't listen to the first 90 spots. I would also skip to the top 10. It's like, who cares, you know? But I will say, there's tons of great names in the catalog of these episodes. We celebrated a lot of really talented people. We've had a wonderful time talking about them, and I just think the more the merrier. So if you are tuning in for the first time, feel free to go ahead and just listen to the top 10, but just know you might be missing out a little bit on a great time with me and Joe, just riffing. You know, one of my favorite genres of just like hanging out with dudes mostly. If I'm hanging with dudes, best kind of night, naming guys. Let's just name guys. You know what I'm saying? Let's go back and forth with naming dudes. You know what I'm saying? It's like, you remember this guy? Fuck, yeah. Wait, but do you remember this guy? You know, that's one of my favorite kind of nights. So this has been a project that's basically been entirely that. Of course, not just naming dudes, naming dudettes as well.
True.
But it's been a lot of fun. The list is incredibly fluid. And for the final episode here, in the top 10, we've been kicking off every episode by dropping some names that's like, damn, it was hard to leave off. This week, I don't even expressly need names that were hard to leave off. I'm looking for just names that just weren't on your list. Big fucking names that you just never connected with you that way. You could even recycle some old ones if they are that kind of tier where it's like, I don't have them, but they are a legend in the game. You know, throw me just a few of them.
I kind of also had the idea of like, yeah, the people left off this episode. Maybe do I go with people that I actually fucking hate? You know, and like, I wanted to leave them off, and it's like, no,
that's good. I'll take that too.
I don't really think I don't really know if I truly hate anyone.
I don't have that much animosity in my heart for many people,
yeah,
just on the basis of their acting. Now, there are a lot of actors who I do despise, and it has nothing to do with their acting, and mostly everything to do with the way that they act. You know, Dennis Quaid, Jon Voight, let's see, Gina Carano, basically anybody in that kind of genre of person, all the same kind of person, you know. But they would never be here in a million years. So,
you know, one that actually came up in conversation last night as we were derailing even further over the top 10 and who potentially was overlapping. Jack Nicholson popped up into the conversation, and yeah, he wasn't on my list from the jump. And yeah, kind of one where I guess maybe I've heard maybe not the nicest actor to work with, you know, or maybe that's a Kubrick thing.
I don't know, but a legend nonetheless. Yeah.
So I think he's kind of like in that. I recognize his status. A lot of people love this dude. I don't know. Not that I'm not a fan of like his work, like The Departed and The Shining. Yeah, like I do like him in there. But I don't know. I just don't get attached to any of his roles really. It's more the movies that he's in. But that's not a good thing to play with.
No. Dude's the little dumbass is just going up to an outlet going, no, not food. Stop that. Like, dude, come on now. Been living here for a while. I think you don't go in that corner, regardless. No, yeah, I don't have Jack Nicholson either. I respect the craft. Really, really talented actor. There's a lot of guys like that here, for me. Mm-hmm. I've got a few that you did have, that I don't have, that I was kind of saving for here, and that includes Tom Hanks. I don't have Tom Hanks. I don't have Brad Pitt. There's some other like legends. John Wayne. Don't have John Wayne. Cary Grant. I don't have Cary Grant. A few others that kind of just hurt and are big enough that I feel like, Scorsese collaborators, and they were in so much stuff. Joe Pesci, Harvey Keitel, they've spun the block, and they've been in a lot of stuff, and they've done great. Best supporting actor winner from a couple years ago, Ki Kwan. Sadly, don't have him. Would have liked to, but didn't make the cut for me. Kurt Russell. Absolute legend. Father to Wyatt Russell, also, now in the MCU. Kurt Russell's a fucking G. I love that guy. Jane Fonda, don't have Jane Fonda. Legend. Absolutely adore her. Marissa Tomei, don't have Marissa Tomei. There's so many egregiously talented people that a top 100, while it sounds like so much, is just not nearly enough to celebrate all the greatness that exists in front of the camera.
Yeah, it's, and one. I guess he's. I guess I don't know of his legendary status. I just know that he is. I just know him as Old Ben. But Alec Guinness.
He was quite the actor in his day. Lawrence of Arabia. He's not Lawrence, but he's in it. And kind of another role that's aged probably unfortunately, as he is not a brown man. That is a white man. So rough one. Come on, guys, doors open, go outside. But barking for Alec Guinness, fitting.
All right, fair enough.
That's a bicon right there, by the way. Bisexual icon.
I did not.
Unfortunately, sadly, was unable to live his truth at the time, and it was revealed later in his life. After his death, actually, his family was like, yes, he was a queer man. He was not straight. Was not, existed in a time where that was just not, not that it's much better now, but it is better now, than it was then.
Now knowing that, his little Jedi mind trick that he does, like, these aren't the droids you're looking for. Like, he kind of does have a zest to the hand.
No, there's a little bit, I don't know. I mean, you got C-3PO, you got Obi-Wan Kenobi. I mean, I was gonna head down to Taji Station to pick up some power converters. I have a shirt in my closet. I wore this the other day out in public. I went and did stuff with my taxes, and it was a all black shirt, but the back says everyone in Star Wars is gay, and I stand by that. Everyone in Star Wars is gay. It's just a fact. There might literally only be 2 straight people in Star Wars, and they're Han Solo and Princess Leia. That's it. Everybody else is and that's the thing. Han Solo, I think, might have hooked up with Lando, so it really might just be Leia. I don't know. But, I mean, Leia and Holdo, they had something going on back in the day. You know what? Never mind. Everybody's gay. Everybody's gay. I retracted statement. Everybody's gay. I'm like, no, Alec Guinness, actually really, really great actor. And I don't have him either, of course, but I mean, there's, Peter Cushing, James Earl Jones. There's some absolute legends in Star Wars that I don't have. I don't have Liam Neeson. I don't have, let's see. I mean, less legend, but definitely Star Wars legend. I don't have Hayden Christensen. I don't have, I don't have John Boyega modernly, or Domhnall Gleeson, or Gwendolyn Christie, and a lot of those hurt. I love those actors and I love those performances, but some people just get left on the cutting floor, and that's how it goes. But if you're ready, I say we go ahead and kick off our top 10 favorites of all time. Go ahead and give me a 10.
Okay. Well, it's been said before, so I guess we're not revealing anyone brand new, but we're back to someone who I have some pretty major blind spots for. But he's number 10. He's in kind of some quintessential Joe movies. As almost as quintessential as they get. He's the OG Tron and in Legacy. This is where I have the dude. This is Jeff
baby.
Bridges at 10.
I did it.
Yeah.
I did it, Joe. That was my guess. That was the mystery one.
Yeah,
that was the mystery one. I got it. I ended up hitting it on the head.
Okay.
So, guys, I want to reveal to the listener that last night me and Joseph went back and forth for 2 hours before realizing that Joseph made a mistake and didn't realize I had somebody that he. Mm-hmm. So, regardless, we spent I spent 2 hours trying to figure out his 10th guy. Like I figured out what his top 10 is. And Jeff Bridges was the guess that I landed on. So I love it. I love that he's top 10 for you. That's awesome.
Yeah. Oh no, the Legacy is like Sam. I forget the actor who plays him. Who plays his son, but like he's supposed to be the cool guy or the guy that I should have viewed as like, oh, that's the cool guy, but no, like from day one, he's the creator. I don't know, like I started with Legacy, so I didn't get the original until a while.
God, the original is charming as fuck, dude.
Oh yeah, that was so sweet to see that, and then it was so cool. I'm very glad that I waited, because at a certain point I would have been like, oh, this is so much worse, it's so dated. Right. It's so I would have been like, oh man, no, why would I watch this when I can watch Legacy? But it's like, no, now it's a time capsule. It's I don't know, it's a landmark movie on it. I don't know, it is kind of crazy for what they did, and I don't know. I never viewed it as that, and so it was nice to get that at the time. But yeah, still The Big Lebowski, I have to see. Very badly for him. I don't know, this one movie just called Starman. I don't know where he's Starman. I just I like
John Carpenter, Karen Allen. Yeah.
I feel I don't. It just is. It's my I don't know, my gamer tag ever since sophomore year. I don't know, I changed it of high school. Starman from the Bowie Man. Yes, it was a Bowie Man reference. Oh, my I don't know why my gamer tags are always in reference to some musician or some artist.
It's a good way to go. Go.
But yeah, so Jeff Bridges, though, he I don't know, the first to crack the top 10, had to have the creator in here, maybe he was a little bit overzealous in his little speech. He kind of seemed like a little tech Hitler at some point. He went a little crazy. Clue is a spitting image of him, and we see what he's doing, and he's a robot. It's whatever, but it was. I see how all of that can go to your head.
Jeff Bridges couldn't be more chill as fuck, though.
Yeah, no,
that man is such a vibe.
Yeah,
I absolutely love him. One of my favorite clips ever is an actors roundtable that features at least Pedro Pascal and Jeff Bridges. And he slides in a joke so casually that it goes over everybody's head. Nobody clocks it. I think they're talking about Jumanji at the time, which is because I'm assuming, The Rock might be there. Somebody from, or maybe it was Karen Gillian. Somebody from Jumanji is in that roundtable. And he goes, "I was sucked into a video game once," and they were all like, "What?" And he goes, "Tron."
Yeah.
And they were talking about The Last of Us. Also, because Pedro was a part of it. So he was like, it's a video game adaptation, and he goes, "I was sucked into a video game once." And Pedro played with it like it wasn't a joke. He was like, that was the original video game movie, and Jeff was like, "God damn it." It's so funny, man. I love that guy. The way he steered into the dude in The Big Lebowski is seemingly as close to Jeff Bridges in real life as you can get. And that's it's pretty awesome. That's pretty chill as far as personality is concerned, not strictly the way he conducts himself, but just general chiller vibe. You love that. I love Jeff Bridges, so I love that pick, kicking it off here in the top 10. I have one of the best actresses of her era, of her generation, an absolute queen who is continuously impressed, and the Academy certainly thinks so. She gets nominated pretty much every time she does something, and definitely will if it's with Yorgos Lanthimos. Number 10 is where I have Emma Stone.
Okay. Yes.
I love Emma Stone, and I've loved her forever also. Like, for at least 16 years, you know. I think back to some of the movies that came out in my early, 10 to 12, that age. And, Easy A, and, she's got a role in the stupid fucking comedy movie 43, but, specifically The Amazing Spider-Man, getting to play Gwen Stacy, I remember watching that movie in theaters when I was 12 and just being like, this is the most beautiful person I've ever seen in my life. I will dedicate everything to this Gwen Stacy. She was brilliant. And then she's also responsible for, because I love Ryan Gosling, but nowhere near to the degree that I love Emma Stone. Mm-hmm. And even more so in the movie La La Land, I think she just blows him out of the water. Even though he is exceptionally good, that's just a career performance for Emma Stone. And I would say that she is almost solely responsible, her and Damien Chazelle, really responsible for me opening my mind up to movie musicals. I was not down before. I associated them with, childhood, and it was like those corny ones that I saw when I was a kid, High School Musical, and if a movie was going to break out into song, I thought it was bad and corny, and I didn't like it. And then I watched La La Land, and I was like, oh wait, this can be dope as fuck, actually. Hold the phone. I love this movie. And that changed the game for me, and I've opened my heart up to a lot of musicals since then. So that's I hadn't really considered how important a spot that would be. How important a spot she holds for me just because of that. But to have breached all of the different lanes that she has, having been in Marvel and done that, and, being an Academy Award winning actor, and getting to take giant swings as a producer and in front of the camera, like The Curse with Nathan Fielder on Showtime, and, just all sorts of stuff that she's done that a lot of people don't have the balls to do. But, she's taken the cash that she's earned as a performer and turned it into whatever the fuck she wants. And I think that that's just really admirable. And she is egregiously talented, egregiously beautiful. And every Yorgos Lanthimos movie with her in it, from here to eternity, I will be sat in the movie theater, because I think I've seen the last 3. I think I saw Poor Things in theaters, Kinds of Kindness, and Begonia. I think those were the last 3. They were operating at an absurd clip there for a second, where they were dropping a movie every fucking year.
Man,
really incredible stuff.
She is in the episode. Again, she will return. We'll take a brief hiatus, but no, yeah, she is so many blind, like, those are massive blind spots for me. A lot of movies to get to, but still, she's just that good to where of the little I have seen her, she kind of stapled herself up here pretty quickly.
Yeah, she's just that good, and that's the bottom line.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, so we'll return to Emma. It's so weird to call actors by, like, just their first name, like,
especially when they're like a
so
common
casually,
name. I know an Emma or
Emma,
two. That's.
We'll get back to Emma. That's true. It's like, it's like it's just too.
Like,
strange.
when I say, like, Keanu, it's like there's one fucking Keanu. You know what I'm saying? Like, who I'm talking about.
Zendaya can't do it any other way.
Yeah, exactly. But if I'm going Emma, or let's see, fucking Harry,
Jim,
Francis,
who am I even talking? Jim,
Carrie.
Like, okay, yeah, I guess, yeah, it was very kind of recent.
But I know the context. See, that's unfair. Kyle, that sort of thing. But who's your 9, by the way?
But yes, 9, right here. we did say him in this, in this little brief name spurt. He is the one right here that might have caused quite some, confusion and somewhat of last night, but no, an all-time GOAT here. This is Neo, the one, John Wick, the one in real life. Honestly, this is Keanu Reeves. Always praise this man. We've been doing that for quite a while. Maybe retired the slogan, but the practice has never ended.
It's never ended. It's never ceased. And this episode here is coming out just 2 days after the 7-year anniversary of the podcast existing. Not this one specifically. This is a spinoff, but what is now Geek With Me used to be the Penny Bloom podcast. And on that show, I think it's the 4th episode. That's when Peace, Love, and Bloom and Always Praise Keanu Reeves started. 4th episode. Super early. We've done almost, in the totality of all the shows, we've done I want to guess close to 900 episodes at this point, which is crazy.
Man, that's
maybe 800.
Man.
I'd have to do the math, but
it's a lot.
So we've been, like I said, we've been doing this a long time, and for that to have been going on since the 4th episode, we've always praised Keanu Reeves. We've done our part.
Yeah, and I'm looking at his upcoming movies right now. There's a Constantine 2 in pre-production right now?
Development. Yeah, it's been in development for a couple years. I severely doubt it ever happens. But I mean, if it does, fuck yeah, I would love to see that.
Sonic the Hedgehog 4 will happen, though. He will be Shadow. I haven't seen a single one of those, but I always forget he's Shadow in those. And then in the new Toy Story movie, he's Duke Kaboom.
Yeah,
That's
Duke
so
Kaboom.
good.
Yeah, he was in Toy Story 4 also.
Duke Kaboom. He's gonna kill it. That's
Duke
nice.
Kaboom. Yeah, Keanu's the shit, man. I love everything about the guy. He just had a movie earlier this year that, as it stands, as far as I rank the movies I see from the year as I watch them, my 2026 ranking has the newest Keanu movie at the very bottom. It's the last spot. It's not a good movie, but it's not because of him. You know what I'm saying? It's in spite of him. It's everything else in the movie is doing its best to bring this man down. And they just can't do it. It's Keanu, baby. But it's called Outcome. Not worth your time.
Okay. But no.
Yeah, I love him regardless, man. He's an awesome actor.
Yeah, and and he's to the point. He's reached a level of fame where he's like a bean. He's been memed. I think that's why he has a very large internet presence, and when Cyberpunk, I guess he was the main character in that game that came out, and who's ready to blow the shit up, or I don't know. There was some line in a trailer that just got memed out of oblivion, and then it just kind of went crazy from there. Not that's not definitely where he gained his stardom or fame, but he leaped into this, I don't know, Chuck Norris / Christopher Lee territory. Yeah.
There's definitely a legend about Keanu at this point now. And it did start at about the time whenever we started the podcast. It was about 7 years ago. It was kind of this resurgence of Keanu Reeves. It's not like he went anywhere, but he hadn't done a lot of consistent work for about 10 years. He'd popped in, he'd popped out, he'd done a couple things here and there. But it was about then, right before the pandemic hit, that Keanu was just all over the place for some reason, and everyone couldn't get enough of Keanu Reeves. Cyberpunk 2077 was definitely a big part of that. He ended up booking Toy Story 4 on the back of that. John Wick was obviously a huge deal. Yeah, man, he's a super fun actor, and I love the guy. So,
always praise. So that's where number 9, or maybe some confusion, but that now it is hopefully clear.
Number 9 is the one. Yeah.
Yes.
I like that. My 9 is somebody who you've mentioned as expressly not being on your list.
Okay. Yes.
And it's Al Pacino.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I love Al Pacino, and when I looked at what I love Al Pacino in, it made a lot more sense to me that you didn't have him, because I don't think you've seen any of these fucking movies. Aside from, the essentials, The Godfather, Heat, The Irishman, Scarface, even,
Which
those are
crazy that those are movies that I'm leaving on. I recognize movies.
Those are a bunch of the greatest movies of all time that I just listed, and Al Pacino is in all of them. And a major role in all of them. The Godfather, Godfather 2, Scarface, Heat. That's a crazy run for that guy. But then you start digging into some of the other roles for him, and this is where I really am like, oh yeah, I fucking love this guy. And don't get me wrong, he's fucking fantastic in all the ones I just named. But Dog Day Afternoon, 1975, it's a perfect thriller. Just perfect. Absolutely love it. He's the lead. He's outstanding. Serpico, 72, I want to say, 73. Another perfect thriller. We've watched Insider here on the podcast. Perfect stuff. Let's see. I'm trying to think of another one that have we covered.
That's Al Pacino. Yeah, Serpico. Wow, he's a
different vibe in that. Yeah, wow. Hot. It's the hottest Al Pacino's ever been, I think, in Serpico.
That's wild. Yeah.
Let's see. Cruising, Glengarry Glen Ross, The Devil's Advocate. A Keanu collaboration. It was Keanu and Al Pacino in the leading roles. So that's a fun, another 9 to 9 connection there. But yeah, man, it's just, he's magnetic. I don't know what the fuck it is, but every time I'm going to fucking love watching him in Heat go, because she's got a great ass, that's, and you got your head all the way up it, he's fucking gold. Solidarity.
Yeah, I know. I don't know how long Solidarity was running through my brain for a while. Yeah,
I mean, we abused that. Every single time I'm watching a movie, and I watch a lot of movies, I think about a line of his in Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. He doesn't have a big role in Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. He pops in for 1 or 2 scenes, but he's a movie producer, and he talks to Leonardo DiCaprio's character about a movie he did a long time ago. And he goes, I went to my screening room and I poured myself a cognac and I watched, I can't even remember what it was called, but this movie. What a picture. And he just says, what a picture. And it's fucking gold, dude. And it's just the way he delivered. I sat back. I poured myself a cognac, and it just all the stuff, it's just, of course, I don't know, that is how you would watch movies, isn't it? I love the vibe. I love Pacino. I've never gotten tired of him, and I could watch him in anything forever. Even Jack and Jill, in his Dunkachino. I do feel bad. Love me some Al.
I feel bad, and I just don't know why or what it is. It's just and De Niro snuck his way in, but all right, very, very low for his prowess and stat. It's crazy, and I don't know what it really is, but it is this strange they are bigger than. I don't know. I've only known them as the greatest of all time, and it's hard. Right. It is just
they've been at it so fucking long, dude. These dudes have been acting for almost 60 years. That's
damn.
That's crazy. That's insane. And Al Pacino, a little, not nearly or not quite as long as De Niro. De Niro did a lot of. I hadn't realized this until recently. He did a few movies with Brian De Palma, the guy who directed Scarface and plenty of other legendary films, but just to connect him to Al Pacino. In the late 60s, De Niro did a couple movies with Brian De Palma. like before he ever worked with Scorsese. De Palma actually connected Scorsese and De Niro, which is super fascinating to me. I never would have guessed that. But regardless, they've just been at it for so long. Absolutely adore them. Adore Pacino. So got him here at 9.
Okay. All right. Well, moving on to 8, it is someone you have already brought up. Let's see, a difference of, where are we? Yes. Do I have this? I do not have this set up. Okay. Oh, that's right. I only did the people that have already existed. But someone who's already not that far of a delta, I don't think. But this is where I have the Bat, the new Bat, Robert Pattinson. And
about 15. I think I had him at 22.
Yes. Okay. So not too far.
Nope, 24.
Not too far away.
So 17.
Okay, a little bit further, but that's okay. But no, the new Bat kind of launched him up. I do love him in Tenet. I do love him in Mickey 17. I love him like in everywhere else that he's popped up. I do very much like it. I really want to see the Odyssey. What he's doing here is kind of the I don't know, antagonist, it seems, or I don't know.
He's in the Odyssey?
Yeah. There was a trailer that I saw recently that was like, oh my God, wait, whoa, this is revealing so much like about the movie that I didn't
watch that one because that one also has Lupita Nyong'o in it, and I hadn't seen anything about Lupita Nyong'o being in the movie aside from her casting announcement. But then I saw a bunch of discourse about it, and because everything's got to be discourse.
That trailer it's insane, and but it paints Robert Pattinson as like kind of maybe the main antagonist of like who is trying to take over. As Odysseus is out and not home, he's trying to kind of, he's the wedge who's like, oh, you have no one here to protect you. Your father is gone. He's like anti Tom Holland. So it's like Tom Holland versus Robert Pattinson. But yeah, so I'm excited for that. Dune Part 3, he's coming up in the new Batman. He's coming up in. It's like it's insane. This dude is like he's just kind of feasting. I feel like as an actor, kind of if I couldn't be Spider-Man, I would love to be Batman, but 5'6", and maybe some change that just doesn't work as Batman. So Spider-Man's my only shot. I think if one of them is bestowed upon me, but man, I would. This dude is killing it as the Bat. I love. I don't know. I really have high hopes for this. I hope trilogy. I guess we know the next movie is coming. I really hope they see it all the way through and give us 3 good movies. He deserves it. And then just solidify it as somehow better than the Nolan trilogy, which I've already loved so much. But man, this first movie was I fucking love that movie.
It's my favorite Batman of all time. Yeah, so that is the peak of the mountain, dude. I absolutely adore him. And Pattinson. He's so fun, and you wouldn't think that he was fun, but he absolutely is. There's a bunch of promo from the drama that I absolutely loved watching him and Zendaya go back and forth on these random little shows, and he talks. There was one skit or one thing they were doing where he's like, "I'm Gen Z," and he's obviously not. He's 40, and Zendaya's like, "You are not Gen Z." He goes, "No, I'm pretty sure I'm definitely Gen Z. Like I'm definitely Gen Z." Like he just insists that that's what he is. It's so fucking funny to me. He's a goofy motherfucker, man. Or maybe it was Die My Love, and that was Jennifer Lawrence. I can't remember. I think it might have been that. Because their chemistry does inspire a little bit more comedy, I think. But Pattinson, he's so much fun, and I mean, he's the only, if I'm not mistaken, the only overlapping figure between 2 of this year's biggest blockbusters, The Odyssey and Dune Part 3.
Wow.
As he will be in both of those.
Holy shit! Yeah, he's
big year for the guy. Also had the drama. Earlier this year, so I mean that's a big run to go.
He took Tom Holland's girl.
Universal,
he's coming for
Warner
Timothy,
Brothers.
And then he's going for Tom Holland again in the Odyssey. Holy shit! It's insane. I mean, he's going on an insane run.
I can't wait to see what kind of freaky fucking voice he pulls out for that Dune Part 3 character, dude. I am so excited for that, because I love that he insists that unless he changes his voice, he's not acting.
Yeah.
That's a thing he does. He changes his voice in everything.
Yeah.
Because it's the only way he feels like he's actually acting, which is so funny.
Wow. Yeah, I guess it's a way to completely force yourself into a different character. Yeah, wow.
This little Mickey 17 voice, man. You know,
Yeah.
whatever the fuck he had going on there. I don't know, dude. I absolutely loved it, though.
Yeah,
I can't even place it. I don't even know what fucking accent it was. It's just a random fucking voice that Pattinson's doing.
He just did it. He was just space Boston nerd, but not Jersey, but not. Yeah, I don't know. It's
almost Midwestern, which is hysterical.
Yeah, Midwestern Jersey. How did you do that?
Yeah.
You know, how
do you do that? How do you pull this off? Yeah, I don't know. I love him though. I love that pick. And at my 8, I've got somebody who I would love to see in a movie with Robert Pattinson. Don't believe it's ever happened.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think it has. No, I don't think it has. My 8 is where I have Andrew Garfield. Absolutely love Andrew Garfield, and I have for, about as long as I've loved Emma Stone. Because of The Amazing Spider-Man, and he is still my favorite Spider-Man on a personal note. He doesn't strictly have my favorite Spider-Man movies, but I think him as Spider-Man is definitely still my favorite. The Social Network, incredible performance that he puts on as Eduardo Saverin. Hacksaw Ridge, his first Oscar nomination, obscenely good. Absolutely loved him in that. Silence, Scorsese. That's about as good as it gets. Last year, he was in Luca Guadagnino's After the Hunt with Julia Roberts and Iowa Debris and Michael Stuhlbarg, and he is absurdly good. But the top of the mountain for him is Tick, Tick, Boom. Him belting all over that movie is so good. It's so moving. It's so beautiful. I love Tick, Tick, Boom, and he's a massive reason why. I remember the story of his agent booking him Tick, Tick, Boom, where, Lin-Manuel Miranda asked her if Andrew could sing, and she was like, yeah, of course he can. And then she called Andrew and was like, you've got to work on your singing, because you're going to be Jonathan Larson in a biopic, a musical biopic, so good luck. And he'd never done anything like that. This man was never he never thought of himself as a singer. He didn't do musicals. This isn't something he did. And then he goes and he's fantastic, gets Oscar nominated for a musical performance, in which he should have won the Oscar for. All due respect to Will Smith and King Richard. Should have been Andrew Garfield.
No. King Richard is good, but it's not Tick, Tick, Boom. Come on. That's no. Okay, dang, that's sad to hear. But yeah, no, 3090 just came
That was
on
the year that Will
Shuffle
Smith smacked Chris Rock, by the way. Fun fact. That was that year. That Oscars, he smacked Chris Rock at the beginning of the night and then won Best Actor at the end of it.
Wow.
And then they were like, you can't come back. Which is hilarious.
Honestly, I'd rather him win. I'd rather him win. Get one on the way out. That's actually kind of badass.
It's kind of dope.
For the story. That's it. Yeah,
it's beat that. Absurd night. Absurd night. Again, discourse wise, Judd Apatow said that he could have killed him, which is so funny. Are you a fucking idiot? Are you dense? Yeah, so funny to me. But Andrew Garfield, I absolutely love the guy. And just the vulnerability he displays in press always really resonates with me, especially after the tragic reality of his mother passing away. That appearance he made on Sesame Street, have you ever seen that?
No.
Where he talks to Elmo about grief and loss.
No.
And it's just Andrew Garfield talking to Elmo about how beautiful grief is, because it's, it means you loved them and I miss my mom and I miss, it's so sweet and so lovable. And he's just he seems like such a sweet dude, and I try not to make these about like who they are, but it's hard to whenever they do seem as genuine and loving and kind as Andrew Garfield does, you know? And it comes through in his performances. He's a really, really good dude. And that's why whenever he plays Shitbirds, and he doesn't often, but after The Hunt, he plays an absolute piece of shit.
Ooh, interesting.
And he's really, really good at it. It's fully believable. And you're like, oh, wow, I don't see you like that. This is weird. This is weird. We Live in Time, another great one, you know. I've always loved We Live in Time. And again, to go back to discourse, I love discourse around We Live in Time. Anytime anybody's like, she was right, he was right, they're both right. That's the fucking point of the movie, is that people are human and stuff happens, you know, like, things happen, you know? I love Andrew Garfield, man. I love him. I got him at 8.
Mm-hmm. Well, I do have him as well. I did say I had the Spidey men, minus Tom Holland. But yeah, Andrew, he will come later. But in the meantime, I guess we'll return to his Gwen Stacy, Emma Stone. I do have her at 7. So beautiful. I guess a nice little transition, or not quite the connection, being one away. But yeah, Emma Stone. I guess Gwen Stacy was the actually big or easy A. I think was my earliest exposure to her. And I instantly fell in love. I don't remember really what that movie was about. You
open up the dirty window. She sings, wait, is it Pocket Full of Sunshine that she sings in that movie?
Huh.
Yeah, I think it's Pocket Full of Sunshine. Or is it Unwritten? I can't remember. But one or the other, she does like a karaoke version of her getting ready in the bedroom, like singing into her hairbrush. I think it's Pocket Full of Sunshine, now that I'm thinking about it. I got a pocket full of sunshine. I got it all, and I know that it's all
I don't know if I heard a single thing during, I was in a trance, I feel like.
Trance.
This is something. I don't, redheads, when I was young, MJ, Emma Stone, Kim Possible. It didn't matter if it was anime. It just I don't know what. It was just it boom. And maybe it was I don't know if it was it's what
Pocket
was
Full of Sunshine, by the way.
Okay, good. Okay, yeah.
Glad I found it. I had to fact check myself.
Good song, goated song. And I think actually on my workout playlist, strangely, and maybe the weirdest non-workout song that is on my workout playlist, but it
gets the people going.
It just kind of, I don't know, yeah, it does. But no, Emma Stone got me going from a young age, and then like seeing her as Gwen Stacy and Easy A, it was just childhood crushes. But then like I still haven't seen a lot of her recent work with Yorgos, but the what I have seen, Poor Things, and La La Land, like of course those two, kind of alone there is like, okay, yeah, no, La La Land alone, that's all I really need. That movie is kind of like you. I was like, oh, okay, musicals are what like actually maybe better.
It all went according to my plan. Yes.
Yeah, and then Tick Tick Boom did I got both of them in pretty short succession. And so it was really nice. A very good musical revolution, little mini revolution I had. So, but yeah, she was largely part of it. And Emma Stone is just always been kind of this staple in my life. And then she seems like a really like close friend with Willem Dafoe, which I think is just kind of hilarious. Like those two, seeing them just together all the time.
Those are just homies.
Just crack me up. I just love it.
Me and my 50-year-old coworker who are best friends.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. But it actually seems
for
genuine.
them it's like 75. Yeah, exactly.
It's for real. Maybe that.
Well, and that's what I love about this line of work, and being passionate about something, is that that's all you need in common at a certain point. Like they both love acting.
Yeah.
And it doesn't matter that one of them is 40 years older than the other. They're like, dude, this is my fucking dog. Like that's Emma, like
yeah, there we go. Yeah.
Hey Willie, like that's hey Bill.
Oh, whoa.
I don't know.
Do people call him Bill? That's weird.
I have no idea. Bill Defoe. God, I hope not. That sounds awful.
Billy Defoe, Bill Defoe, Willie Defoe.
You ever
Will
notice
Defoe.
that Willem Dafoe's name sounds like a frog and a bird having a conversation?
Willem
Dafoe.
Willem.
Defoe.
Wow, Willem is such a good frog. That is a good Willem. He's a frog. Wow. But yeah. No, we got we'll, return. I guess I kind of prematurely jumped the gun on the Willem Dafoe.
Yeah, I'm sure there's more to come there, but yeah, 7 Emma Stone. I love that. I love that choice there. Obviously, I've got her top 10 as well, which makes her the first overlapping piece of our top 10.
Yes.
And I anticipate there will be 3 more. That's my guess.
Yes.
Oh wait, yes. We've got that math right, don't we? I believe we do. I think we can confidently
got it
say
down
we got
now.
guys. I can't stress enough how much time we spent figuring that out last night.
Oh, it was incredible.
But all right, my 7. This is who I was up in the air about potentially being older than Humphrey Bogart.
Oh, okay.
And I don't think he. I can't imagine he is or was. Yeah. No way. Not even close. 7 is where I have Jimmy Stewart.
Okay.
Jimmy Stewart. It's a Wonderful Life is quintessential. That is the fucking movie. That's like one of my 5 favorite movies ever. It just wallops me every time. His role is George Bailey. I fucking love it. I love Jimmy Stewart specifically in that role. You can't touch that movie again ever, because Jimmy Stewart played George Bailey. It's like the only way. It's like almost the only way it's believable everyone loves George Bailey. The amount of humanity that he brings to that role, where whenever something is wrong and he's devolving into that depression and, he's acting out and he's, being upset at home and everyone's like, something's wrong. We need to help George, that's believable because Jimmy Stewart plays him. And I fucking love that. And, that's just that's the crowning achievement and an insane career. I mean, his collaborations with Alfred Hitchcock are incredible. Vertigo, Rear Window, Rope, The Man Who Knew Too Much. Let's see. You go to his Western work, The Man Who Shot Liberty Valance, Winchester 73, How the West Was Won, The Naked Spur, The Shootist. This guy, he's just been around the block. You go to his romance stuff, the Philadelphia Story, The Shop Around the Corner. Mr. Smith Goes to Washington, Bell Book and Candle. The amount of stuff that this guy did and the level he did it at, it's just magnificent, dude. I absolutely love watching him, and he's again really magnetic and really lovable, just very instantly he's the good guy. You look at him and you go, that's who I'm rooting for. That's who I'm supposed to be on the side of. And I think that's not a lot of actors just instantly have that about them, and Jimmy Stewart absolutely did. There's actually a biopic about him coming out later this year. He's going to be played by KJ Apa. And I'm kind of interested in it. I'm kind of a sucker for biopics. I like biopics. It's kind of a guilty pleasure of mine. And they're all the same. There are obviously ones that exceed expectation and do much better than every other one. This one looks the same. This one looks like it's going to be like every other biopic you've ever fucking watched. But I don't know. I'm kind of down for that. Let's just go ahead and celebrate Jimmy Stewart a little bit, bring his life to the screen, and let's go for it. I saw a trailer for it. KJ Appa's doing a really, really good Jimmy Stewart impression. Not to say that Jimmy Stewart is an impression that's incredibly difficult for anybody who can voice act, because it's just a really unique voice. But it was impressive. He pulled it off really well for me. So love me some Jimmy Stewart. Can't say enough about him. It's a Wonderful Life is quintessential, and it doesn't get better than that. So I've got him at 7.
He made it to around clean 100 movies that he was in, which that's
goddamn.
Quentin Tarantino could never, I don't know.
No, he couldn't. Divide that by 10.
He didn't
Maybe
try
even
to do
more
that,
because he's not doing 10.
He didn't even try to do that, and he landed at 100, and you're fucking cowering to land at 10,
I don't know. Maybe he did try. Maybe he was like 100. That's it. I'm done.
True. Maybe he's like,
one of his last roles.
Like, damn, 100? All right, I got to get out. He's like, holy shit, I've been doing this forever. So yeah, that's 91, his last role.
Yeah,
think, right?
An American Tale, Fievel Goes West.
That's crazy.
It was a voice acting appearance too, and I've actually seen a clip of him voice acting there, and he plays like this old dog. Oh, it's fucking good, man. I've never watched that movie, although I really, really need to. Let's see, what's it available on? Nothing. It's fine. I'll find it somewhere. James Stewart, legend, love him. Got him at 7.
There we go. Okay, and yeah, it was the two. I only have 2 people kind of that were up in the air who I didn't know were on your list, and I assumed they are either an old timey actor that I'm not thinking of, and this is one of them. And I don't know, the other one, I don't know if it still is in that vein or not, but I'm really kind of that filled in a gap for me.
It is not. It is not an old timey actor.
Okay.
And it is my next one. The one that was not on either of our lists, and you'd have to, that because I've got let's see, 2 left that I'm like, you are going to say them or have said them. 1 left that you've expressly mentioned was off your list, and then 2 left that you have said already, not in this episode. So,
okay, I see.
Yeah.
Well, this next one, it's no, we're not introducing anyone new. We're returning. It felt nice that they kind of landed back to back. Emma Stone and Willem Dafoe.
Beautiful.
So yeah, kind of had him here, and not in the way I didn't have a childhood crush on Willem Dafoe necessarily, like Emma Stone.
That makes one of us.
But you know what? I fucking love the Green Goblin though. I love Doc Ock. I loved the story of Doc Ock more as like my nerdy self. But
I'm something of a freak myself.
There's no denying the Green Goblin like that.
Yeah, raw sexual magnetism.
Oh my god, he actually gave me nightmares. When he talked into the mirror, and talked into his mask, and he,
God, that's so good.
And he scares himself, even like the performances actually,
Oh, it's
like,
unbelievable!
Really
it's an incredible. It's probably the best villain performance of a Marvel movie ever.
Yeah. And so like it, and whenever I'm young, I'm not thinking of it like that, but I'm absorbing it over and over and over again.
Well, and that's why you can absorb it over and over and over, though. You know what I'm saying? Like, what I love about those Spider-Man movies is that they don't play down to their audience.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? It knows that audiences are mature enough to understand it and love it at the time, and then it understands that kids will love it because it's Spider-Man, and then they'll age into loving it more. Like that's really really cool, and Willem Dafoe is a huge part of that.
Yeah, he's just badass. And then I've been, and then apart from Spider-Man, like him in Life Aquatic or the West, West Lexicon is always nice to see him pop up there. And so I mean, he's just a legend in the game.
It's like death. Yeah,
and
dude, I love him.
Yeah, he Nosferatu as the crazy professor.
God, good freak role. You love a freak role.
He's I don't know. He would be. I want to hang out with Willem Dafoe. Like I think
it would be ideal. I want to be in his presence. I want to glean knowledge. Ancestral, ancient knowledge oozes from him. I can just tell.
Yes.
I can see it. I can see it in his eyes. I feel like just being around him would make me smarter, or at least hornier, just like in some capacity. It's going to do something to me. I don't really know what it's going to do, but I'm in. I'm down for the ride.
He's got like some secret, but not in a bad way. It's like it's a cool secret, you know. But you have to be in the club, or you have to be in the inner circle to really.
Yeah, you know, like when Heath Ledger as Joker goes, "You want to know how I got these scars?" and it's like freaky and scary, you know. Willem Dafoe would ask the same question. You'd be like, "Yeah, how?" You know, like, yeah. Tell me more, Willem. Yeah, come on, Billy. You know, you want to know how I got these scars? You know, and he's just kind of like, you know, it's just, well. Fucking love that guy. Fucking love Willie. All right. Willem Dafoe. Yeah. Fuck yes. It's a great, great pull at 6, just outside the top 5. Just outside the top 5.
I know. But
I've got somebody who has appeared in a movie with Willem Dafoe at number 6. I love when this happens. I don't know why. It's just really, really satisfying. At number 6, this person was also in The Life Aquatic.
Whoa.
That is a big cast. This is where I have Cate Blanchett.
She was in The Life Aquatic?
Yeah, man. She's the pregnant reporter who rolled with them, who Owen Wilson kind of has a love thing with.
Okay.
Yeah. I always forget she's in that fucking movie, man. Just because it's like, you're Cate Blanchett. You were in The Life Aquatic, you know, like, and not like the main fucking character. Like, you're Cate Blanchett, you know, like that's how I feel about her. But I mean, yeah, she was, and she's a great part of it. I love her in it. One of those actors who's just popped into a West movie and popped out, never to be seen again. And that was during a stretch of movies where she wasn't exactly, I mean, she was popping in and out of a ton of interesting directors' work. Like, she was in The Aviator, directed by Martin Scorsese, where she played another person on my list. She played Katharine Hepburn in that movie. And she is fucking golden as Katharine Hepburn. I believe she got Oscar nominated for that. Like, it's so good. But my absolute 2 favorite movie roles of hers ever are the 2015 queer drama Carol, which was directed by Todd Haynes. It's like a semi-Christmas movie. It's like, it's set at Christmas, so you can watch it at Christmas, but it is not happy. Because it is it's a movie set in the 1950s about forbidden gay women. So, never going to be super happy. You know what I'm saying? But maybe the best performance of the decade so far, and this is tough for me to admit, because boy, oh boy, did I love it when Michelle Yeoh won that Oscar. And I still do. But Cate Blanchett in Tar. Oh, buddy. That is, like, you think of, like, acting just in general, and you go, what's that supposed to look like? And what's the best version of it you can possibly imagine?
Damn.
It might be Cate Blanchett in Tar. Like, it's her role as Lydia Tarr, which it fits into a genre of movies that I fucking love, which is the biopic about fake people. Whenever a movie is about, it's like, it is a character study, and it's about one person and their life and this period in their life, and, you know, like, it is about them. Lydia Tarr, like, the movie kicks off in a way that I'm like, is this movie about a legendary musician that I've just never heard of? Like, she's a composer of classical music, so I was like, it wouldn't be that unreasonable for me to have not heard of her. They're like, she's an EGOT winner, and she's done this, and she's done this, and I'm like, should I know who the fuck Lydia Tarr is? And then I, like, looked it up, and they were like, Lydia Tarr's a fictional character, you fucking idiot. And I was like, oh, okay. Dude, it's outstanding. Brilliant movie. Cannot recommend it highly enough. And the reason it's brilliant is Cate Blanchett. The movie's actually directed by a guy who was in Eyes Wide Shut. He was the guy who got Tom Cruise through the door. The musician. Yeah, Todd Field. Fun fact, not really important, but yeah, I mean, of course, she's played a really wonderful Marvel villain, Thor Ragnarok. She was Hela. She's played Galadriel in the Lord of the Rings movies, and she is enchanting as such. let's see. She was in Guillermo del Toro's Pinocchio. She was one of the voices there as Spazzatura, which is great little role. But yeah, I mean, she's just had such an illustrious career. She's played Bob Dylan, for Christ's sake.
Wait.
In another Todd Haynes movie called I'm Not There. I brought this up for, I believe, Heath Ledger. It's a movie where Christian Bale, Cate Blanchett, Richard Gere, and Heath Ledger all play a different version of Bob Dylan at different points in his life.
Uh-huh.
And one of them is Cate Blanchett playing Bob Dylan, which is awesome. And she genuinely, like, feature-wise and just, like, looking at her, looks the most like Bob Dylan. It's crazy. But yeah, legendary actress. Black Bag just a couple years ago with Michael Fassbender. Dude, you'd love Black Bag. Really good movie. Make sure you watch it with subtitles. Indiana Jones and the Kingdom of the Crystal Skull. How could I forget? She plays an indie villain. Yeah, dude, she's golden. I love Cate Blanchett. I'll never get tired of her. And I've got her just outside my top 5.
Oh, shit. All right. Well, I guess it is time to crack.
It is time for the top 5, baby!
All right. Yes, these top 5. These for me, I guess in specific, are the boys. I sadly, maybe spoilers, don't have another woman left. I'm sorry, females, but
I got a couple of them. I got a couple of ladies, so
okay. There we go. We're good, but yeah, these are just, man. If I could sit down in a circle with these 5 people, oh man, oh yeah, I don't know, that'd be insane. A bucket list, for all of just to meet all of each one of them is a bucket list item. But
no shit.
But yes, I guess to crack the top 5, first will come Harrison Ford. Yes. One I figured we would have in common. I knew, I feel like there is much more love to be had on the other side of the microphone, but I had to. I don't know. This one was very fast. Of the Star
you
Wars
start
actors,
thinking about your favorite actors of all time, and it takes literally 1 to 3 names to arrive at Harrison Ford. For me, it did.
Yeah. I think I started just listing people. I think my brain went to Star Wars pretty dang quick. I was like, if not the very start of my life, I think. Well, I guess I won't spoil the first 2. The first 2 went down, and then I think I went Star Wars mode, and then from there,
right?
From Star Wars mode, I just went, all right, Harrison Ford, and then I'm like, yep, actually no, he's staying at the very kind of tippy top of Star Wars, because it's like, okay, not only is he Han Solo, Indiana Jones, and then like Blade Runner, and then like the movies that are just always on in the background of my house. I feel like I always allude to the background living room movies that my dad just so happened to have on all the time. And oh my god, where it's
The Patriot?
No,
or
he's
Patriot
like
Games
on the run. Is it
The
Witness?
Fugitive?
I don't know. That doesn't feel right.
Well,
Okay,
Witness
thank
is
you. I'm
also
like, yes.
also a Harrison Ford movie.
It's a more like medical. There's some like he was a doctor maybe or like a pill.
I didn't kill my wife. Yeah.
Oh yes. Okay, yeah. Yes. No, The Fugitive. I haven't actually sat down to see it all myself, but I've seen enough bits and pieces to be like, damn, Harrison Ford is just kind of like that.
Dude, he's him. Yeah, he is him to the max. I fucking love him. I mean, and I thank God every day that this man's on the earth. He had he did a commencement speech. I don't know if you saw this at Arizona State's graduation, I believe, or maybe it was LSU's. It was something State University, if I recall correctly. Okay. And he got on the mic. And Harrison Ford is not a guy that I ever expected would be, and I know I take it political places a lot. He's never a guy that I expected would be Republican. You know what I'm saying? But he got on the mic and he fucking torched shit. Like he got on the mic and he was like, the world that my generation left you is a fucking mess. And like he went in, dude. He was like, and you are the future that can make changes more profound than any my generation ever sought. You know, we are complacent and you are not. You are, you know, I was like, you are so fucking cool, dude. I was like, you are the shit. I love this guy. I love Harrison Ford.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's like, I guess we have Christopher Lee like actually hunting Nazis, but you know, this is like the closest
This
you
is
can
Indiana
get,
Jones, baby.
to, you know, in the modern era to hunting Nazis. I think is like, yeah, that's the next person you bring up.
Yeah, being Indiana
is
Jones is automatically an inherently anti-fascist position. Yeah.
Loves punching Nazis, you know. I think that
And
he
who
said
wouldn't?
that in an interview, right? Like, or like I think
Yeah.
punching Nazis.
Always punch Nazis. Yeah.
Yeah.
God, and specifically the way that he's opened up and been very vulnerable just about acting and his position in culture over the last couple years specifically. And it's been something that's been really, really cool to observe in a lot of our older directors and actors, you know, Marty, when it comes to talking about Killers of the Flower Moon and Irishman, and Harrison Ford, whenever he got done playing Indiana Jones officially, it was the last time, and he celebrated it. And, you know, he's even kind of looked back at Han Solo and been kind of, you know, like, yeah, I've been tough on that in the past, you know, like he's even coming around on that. And I fucking love that he's in a position where, similarly to Meryl Streep, I mentioned her at the very beginning of the last episode, we're lauding him with praise and flowers that he deserves so much, and he's around to receive them, and I love that. And again, not a lot of people get that treatment, and he absolutely deserves it. So I love you giving Harrison Ford the 5 spot here, and that was statistically the last chance we had at having an overlap on the same spot, and we do not.
Dang. Okay. Yeah. Oh, wow.
There will be no same spot overlap, which makes officially, I believe, Larry Fishburne and Leonardo DiCaprio the closest we came to overlapping.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah, they were both a difference of 1. I think, were there any other? Yeah, no. Cillian Murphy and Paul Dano, a difference of 3 would be the next. But then, so.
All right.
Very, okay. There
All
we
right.
go.
Yeah, you love to see it. But my 5, it might come as a shock. It might come as a shock to the people at home, especially if you've been listening for 7 years. And you go, you know, who's going to be this guy's 5? Who's going to be his top 1? You go, I know it's going to be him, but you're wrong. My 5 is Keanu Reeves. Okay. I love Keanu, man. And top 5 is, I mean, it's undoubted for me. I absolutely love the guy. And so we talked last night, briefly, and I said something about how the Pacino De Niro discussion where you said, you know, like, they're so great, but I've just never I haven't been able to access them or connect with them. You know, they're some of the greatest to ever do it, but I just can't get there. Keanu, I've just always been able to get there in spite of how good he has the capacity to not be. You know, like, Keanu is such a fascinating actor because he has been objectively not good in movies. Like, that is just a fact. And again, perceiving these sorts of things is subjective. There's no foolproof, but, he's delivered some shitter performances in bad movies. He's delivered some bad performances in good movies. Bram Stoker's Dracula, for example, terrible. Awful. A great movie, but he's not very good in it. He is the obvious weak link, which doesn't happen a lot. But regardless, I fucking love him in it. And I don't know why. I'm like, it's again, not a very good performance, but I love when he's on screen. I want to see more Keanu. Give me Jonathan Harker. I got to get back to him, because for some reason I love him in it. And I feel that way not only about his lesser work, but I mean, when he's on, he's fucking on. You know, The Matrix is unbelievable. And his performance as Neo is wonderful. John Wick, I think it would be so easy to get tired of those movies, and I just don't. Like I just don't. And Keanu is the reason why I don't. He keeps that shit alive through sheer force of will, and I think that's so fucking cool. And he's done a plethora of amazing movies. He actually, as far as the stats are concerned, where my top 100, the most movies I've watched for each individual are concerned, he is pretty near the top. I've watched a ton of Keanu Reeves. Let me see if I can't find that note real quick. Top 100 stats. There we go. Yeah, Samuel L. Jackson, 34. Willem Dafoe, 33. Tom Cruise, 25. J.K. Simmons, 25. Keanu Reeves, 23 films. Top 5. And, I mean, he is top at 5th in my most watched actors of all time. So there you go. Maybe there's a, trend there, but some of his best work of all time was in My Own Private Idaho, where he starred opposite River Phoenix. Beautiful Shakespeare adaptation that is kind of like a secret Shakespeare adaptation. They're not like saying the lines as Shakespeare wrote them, but it is the same story of Henry IV. And not the same story, but a definitely an adaptation of it. A movie that I watched in anticipation of this was called The Neon Demon, Nicholas Winding Refn, directed film starring Elle Fanning and in a tiny role Keanu, but the times he pops up, he's wonderful. Let's see, Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure, classic.
Yeah,
I fucking love those. That. Oh, dude, you'd love Excellent Adventure. It's so funny. It's so campy and goofy. It's just a quintessential comfort movie. Most excellent. Yeah, I love. Oh, dude. Oh, that's fucking gnarly.
Excellent.
Dude.
Bill and Ted's from that movie.
Yeah,
that soundbite has been
excellent.
Somewhere else.
Yeah, he's so good at. Strange things are afoot at the Circle K. Yeah, it's so good. Speed, ridiculous movie. He's awesome in it. Constantine, ridiculous movie. He's awesome in it. Maybe the most underrated Keanu Reeves performance of all time is in a movie where he gets to play himself. The rom-com Always Be My Maybe features Randall Park and Ali Wong playing characters who were, young love, and then they grew apart, they moved to different cities, and then she visits home and they fall back in love, da-da-da-da. But on their way to falling back in love, she's like famous, she's a famous chef, she's got a bunch of shit going on, she's good. She is like, I need to introduce you to my new boyfriend, you will not believe who it is. And her new boyfriend is Keanu Reeves, and it's actually Keanu Reeves, it's Keanu Reeves playing Keanu Reeves, and he's playing Keanu Reeves in the way that you would be like, I love whenever people can poke fun at themselves, so the sequence that I absolutely adore is whenever they see each other at a restaurant, and she is just objectifying the shit out of him. She goes, God, I missed your ass, and he's like, I missed your light. And she's like, I missed your lips. And she's like, I missed your eyes. He's being so like dreamy and poetic, and she's just objectifying the shit out of him. And then, she's like, they sit down to the meal, and he goes, do you have any meals that play with time? Like the concept of time. And that's, that's so fucking funny. And that movie just evolves into chaos where Keanu Reeves is concerned, which is so much fun. The dog's barking for Keanu. Who would have known?
Yeah.
You love to see it. But yeah, that's my man. I love Keanu Reeves, man.
Yeah. The one, had him at 9, and that felt bad. I hate that I have him at 9. That's crazy that Neo is at 9. That the Matrix is that's all time. That is, I don't know. A lot of these people, there's a very common pattern, I think, between them, and they all usually have a a role that in a movie in which I love very, very, very much. It just also happens that they do have other work that I do happen to really, really love too. So
judging by the numbers here, I don't have another actor who did this. This is technically my favorite Batman of all time.
Wait,
Keanu Reeves voiced Batman in the 2022 picture DC's League of Super Pets. So technically, this is my favorite Bruce Wayne Batman of all time.
That's crazy that I put Robert Pattinson 1 above Keanu Reeves, and I didn't know. I had no clue that I did a tiny little Batman ranking right there. But I basically hold them in the same exact, they are the same exact Batman to me. So Robert Pattinson just
vengeance.
Yeah.
No,
beats
dude.
him out barely.
Yeah. Joker.
Yeah.
Joker's like, you want to know how I got these scars? Yeah. No, I love it. I love it, man. So, and no actor could possibly have pulled off John Wick quite to that degree. John Wick is absurd, and it's a wild franchise that on paper should not work and should not have ran as long as it has. And the fact that it's not stopping, fucking awesome. I don't even care, dude. I don't even care. Give me all the John Wick movies you want as long as Keanu Reeves and Chad Stahelski are involved. But yeah, so Keanu, 5, easy.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Well, this one's a pretty special spot here. Very recent takeover. Crazy that someone can land in the top 5 like that and be introduced last year. But I know I said earlier that imagine being Tom Holland. You're Spider-Man. You have Zendaya. You're famous. You have everything you want. Oh my God, what more can you want? Scratch all of that. The life I would take in a heartbeat if I could of any actor. I mean, man, I think it has to be Kyle MacLachlan.
What a guy!
Oh my God, to be at the helm of David Lynch and then be, Twin Peaks. Oh my God, did it take over my life for it was all I could think about. It's still all I can really think about. It's like, it's everywhere. It pops back in. Every curtains, trees, it's just little static noises. The smallest things will get me back into the show. And it's but Coop, Kyle MacLachlan, just the shining star, just kind of through it all. And so, and then I got his movies kind of backward. I saw Peaks first, and then started to watch all the other Lynch stuff, and then seen him young in Blue Velvet and Dune was crazy. But man, this is like Peaks alone. It's really just the show. I mean, there's Fire Walk with Me. There's The Return. There are 2 seasons. There's a whole lot of time.
You get a lot of time with Dale Cooper. For sure.
Yeah, and so I knew he was gonna be here, and I was trying to get him as high as I could. And above Harrison Ford was kind of crazy. Like that. You were like,
this is as far as I can take
it. That's kind of crazy. Like I'm like, yeah, Willem Dafoe, I love you. Like I do love you, Willem, and but I think I was like, wow, I couldn't believe that, and then I'm like, holy shit, I'm putting him above Harrison Ford, and so it was, but I don't. It felt right. Ford just kind of just but no, this is the bar, and I mean, man, if you're it's small company, there's only 3 more above them, but this bar is pretty damn high. For these people, this is like my holy trinity of actors up here. So yeah, but this, I really, he's kind of like a 0 spot, almost like a Matthew Lillard at this point. He's like, he might be the kind of Matthew Lillard part 2, but kind of just, I don't know, not to say in real life, because that demeans Shaggy. And Matthew Lillard, acting like that he's not.
No, Shaggy is peak.
But no, it was this I don't know. I can't wait to to watch the show again. That's going to be a very, very
it doesn't
sweet
get
feeling.
old, man. And I anticipate my next watch will start in October, ahead of our live commentary on Thanksgiving of Fire Walk With Me is kind of my goal, is to watch the show again so that I have more fuel going into that live comm on Thanksgiving. But
that's perfect. Yes.
God, I love Kyle.
Yes.
I love Kale, as David Lynch called him.
Kale, really?
Yep, Kale. It was just his. It was his name for him. Like,
Wow.
Dude, some of the messages that Kyle MacLachlan would post in the wake of David's passing, and the year anniversary that passed, 6 months ago.
Damn.
Where Kyle MacLachlan, he talked about how it was an honor being quote unquote his Kale, which is just so fucking sweet, dude. Like, to have a career where you are functionally the self-insert of one of the greatest directors to ever live for so long, is really, really cool. And it's a really, really special position to assume. And the fact I'll forever be grateful for The Return, just in general, as being the last long form work of Lynch's. He did do a couple short films after, but that was the last long form Lynch. And the fact that it did bring back everybody for him, it brought back Kyle MacLachlan and Laura Dern and Naomi Watts and all the Peaks regulars, and just it was so special. So, and the fact that Kyle MacLachlan, Laura Dern, and him and David Lynch get to share the screen briefly at the end for like one of the best moments in the entire show. God, I'm a sucker for it. So, yeah, Kyle MacLachlan is 22 is criminally low for me. I should have had him higher. And this is where like the dichotomy of trying to weigh not strictly talent versus how much I love them comes into play, but I was doing a healthy blend of both. At least I was trying to. And it's ultimately ended up in a list that I'm very confident in. I still love all these actors, but if I was being like thoroughly 100% honest, just this is how much I love that guy. I fucking love watching that guy. I don't know how much higher Kyle MacLachlan is. He probably is a little higher, but it's more likely that other people are lower. You know what I'm saying? And that's a funny way to put it, but it's not strictly that like, oh, he would rise above all these people. It's just that some of these people would drop below him, I imagine. Cause he is just, he's that good. And when I think about the stuff that I've loved with him in it, I love it more than a lot of stuff, like that's special. That's special work. And I feel similarly about my four. And this is an actress who I fell in love with back in 2020. Well, 2022 was my first like, oh, I love this woman. And then she won the Best Actress Oscar in 2023. And I did a deep dive, and I fell even more in love with Michelle Yeoh.
Yes.
Michelle Yeoh in Everything Everywhere All at Once is, just really, really exceptional. I absolutely adore her, and everything about that movie has always brought a smile to my face. It's a movie that I try to watch. I've watched it 8 times, which is a lot. And in the first year and a half after I'd seen it for the first time, I watched it 7 times. So from the first time I watched it until a year and a half later, I watched it 7 times. And after that, I was like, I cried every time. I still cry every time I watch the movie. But after that, I was like, this is a movie that I need to let breathe forever. I just need to know that I love the movie. And I watched it again a year and a half after that. And we're approaching a year and a half after that. So I'm probably getting pretty fucking close to my next rewatch. Just because I want to maintain that feeling it gives me. And Michelle Yeoh is just such a massive part of that feeling it gives me. And when she won Best Actress, I mean, I was rooting so fucking hard for Everything Everywhere All at Once that night, so deeply, and I wanted her to win so bad, and she did, and it was beautiful, and it was magnificent, and just an incredible career that she's had that I didn't realize, you know, like, I knew that Michelle Yeoh was regarded as a legend. And the reason I knew she was regarded as a legend was actually because of a movie, year earlier, which was Shang-Chi. And I remember watching Shang-Chi and the Legend of the Ten Rings, and I loved that movie when it came out. Like, I watched that in theaters, I think 2 or 3 times, thought it was fucking awesome. And, you know, I'd see behind the scenes interviews of like Simu Liu, who's like, I can't believe I got to work with the people I did. I'm acting across from Tony Leung and Michelle Yeoh. And, you know, to me, at that time, I don't really know who these people are. And now I'm like, Simu Liu fucking sucks compared to these people. You know what I'm saying? Like he's not even close. Like the fact that he is in a movie, leads a movie with Tony Leung, Ben Kingsley, Michelle Yeoh. Are you fucking kidding me?
Yeah.
That's crazy. Damn. Good for him. Good for him. You know, no beef. Just really good for him. Because after that, when Everything Everywhere All at Once came around, and I watched more Michelle Yeoh, and I dug into her older catalog, Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon, you know, even Sunshine, Cillian Murphy, her, Hiroyuki Sanada, Danny Boyle feature, love those. But it was more the Hong Kong stuff when I dug back into her younger days, and I hit stuff like Yes Madam back from the 80s, 85, like you're talking a baby Michelle Yeoh, Royal Warriors, Magnificent Warriors. Magnificent Warriors might be, it's like indie. It's a little Indiana Jones-esque, and that makes it so much fun. Super good movie. You would love Magnificent Warriors. There's a duology of superhero films that she was in 1993 called The Heroic Trio and Executioners, directed by Johnny To. Oh my God, those movies fucking rip. Specifically Executioners. Holy shit, that movie rocks. I absolutely love it. So, and she's done a bunch of other stuff, you know, she's done a ton of voice work. She was the Crazy Rich Asian mother in Crazy Rich Asians, which is a really exceptional rom-com as well, directed by John Chu, who would go on to recycle her casting in the Wicked movies, where she plays Madame Morrible. And for me personally, probably the one time that I've ever felt bad about the way I felt about Michelle Yeoh in a movie. Just a little miscast, which is unfortunate. I mean, she's got a microscopic role in Guardians of the Galaxy 2. She's one of the Ravager factions. She's in one of the Ravager factions. Like, she's the leader of one of them, that like come to the funeral for Yondu and everything. She's a part of that. Yeah, so a couple roles in the MCU. That's interesting. I never thought about that. Yeah, she's just an illustrious career, a ridiculously talented woman, a martial arts icon, an incredible dancer. That's how she transferred into martial arts movies, is because she could dance. And they were like, do you want to try this? And she's like, fuck yeah, I guess. Just unbelievable actor. And I'm so glad she's had as successful a career as she has had, and that Everything Everywhere All at Once happened at all. So, Michelle Yeoh, number 4. That's the love of my life. Forever will be.
Yeah. Okay. There we are. Okay. Now a kind of another threshold. There's many thresholds this episode, I feel like, to cross.
Of course.
And yeah, this one is a big one. These 3 are the last 2 I really struggled with the order. 3, I kind of knew he was 3. No offense to him. You know, he is still 3. That's still, you know, you can't get much better. But it really was a struggle between the top 2. But 3 was kind of solidified pretty early on. You've already mentioned them. I guess you've mentioned all of my people already for the rest. But this is Ewan McGregor.
Ooh, top Kenobi. 3. Okay.
Yes. So
that's Obi-Wan fucking Kenobi.
The Star Wars, people that I started to list. I did list Harrison Ford first. He was the one that jumped in my mind first. And then I was like, oh, wait a minute. I was like, oh, come on. Or I'm like, my boy.
That's fucking
I do.
Obi-Wan Kenobi.
Harrison Ford, the actor. He, this was the actor list, so he popped in my mind first. But then I'm like, okay, who are my favorite characters? Who am I missing? And I'm like, oh my god, Obi-Wan Kenobi. Ewan McGregor. And then I'm like, oh my god, okay, wait a minute. It's Obi-Wan Kenobi.
Hold up, wait a minute.
He's the guy. He's the favorite. R2 might be my favorite character, maybe I say sometimes, but like on the real,
you still got room for Kenny Baker in these top 2 spots. Yeah,
that's true. Spoiler alert,
could be here.
It is R2 and C-3PO. As
Anthony Daniels, Kenny Baker. There we go.
But no, Ewan McGregor was like Obi-Wan was foundational in the childhood. I was always Obi-Wan. My brother was always Anakin. I was Obi-Wan to the point where I jumped off the couch, recreating the floor is lava fight to jump onto my little whatever Obi-Wan floated on, the droid or little floating scrapnel, and broke my leg in half doing so.
Nice.
But the show Sick. Had to go on. I became Anakin a little bit in that.
I hate you.
But yeah, and yes, so I did blame it on my brother, which is crazy. I simply jumped off the couch, nothing more. I landed wrong, broke my leg. I immediately said he jumped onto me and did this.
What you made me.
So yeah, I did become Anakin in that short little period, but no, like beyond Obi-Wan Kenobi though, Rodney Copperbottom also huge in the childhood just a game in robots. 2005, oh my god, one of my favorite movies of all time. We have covered it on one of my my days. It took and it was for some reason got like a random
forgot that he's Rodney Copperbottom, and him being this high makes all the more sense because of it. That tracks.
Copperbottom. Yeah, Rodney Cop. I mean, come on, Rodney Copper. This movie. I mean, I swear to God, like I'm like, oh my God, inventor, or like this got something to switch in my brain, legitimately. I'm very. It's a blessing and a curse. I feel like at some points it does feel kind of overwhelming. A little bit.
It doomed you to the life you've chosen. Yeah.
Yes, a little bit, but no, I would do it over again in a heartbeat. This movie. And the life that I have, I get to play around with orbits and planets and spacecrafts and satellites and stuff all day, and so like I'm happy.
Joe's coming to you live from space, by the way.
Yes, I'm currently orbiting Earth on the ISS. No, I will very gladly get people up to space, but I will very, very happily stay planted. Yeah. Yes, I will stay planted on this planet. But yeah, no, Obi-Wan Kenobi. I mean, yeah, he had to be up here, and that's Train Spotting, as well. There's outside of Rodney Copperbottom and Obi-Wan. I'm trying to think of if I've seen him in anything else other than that. I don't really think so. So kind of really 2 major roles.
Yeah,
I mean, sequel of The Shining, which I need to.
Oh, you'll like that. It's also got Rebecca Ferguson as like the main antagonist, which is a huge dub.
Yeah.
I mentioned Rebecca Ferguson and The Dog Barked, by the way. I got to imagine that coincides. But
crazy. The most recent movie I've watched, I think maybe the only movie I've watched post making this list was Mercy, because my father put it on, and it was just
that's right, the Chris Pratt, Rebecca Ferguson one.
Yes, yeah, and like I had to finish
quintessential airplane movie, man. That is going to be watched on so many airplanes.
Yeah, like that's how it should be watched. I feel like actually that's kind of the exact. And not to Rebecca Ferguson or like any of the it was a cool idea. Actors, yeah. Cool idea, could have been executed so much better. But Rebecca Ferguson was she literally like kind of ordered Chris Pratt to like sit down like a dog at one point in the movie, and kind of was like, all right, yep, good boy, and like just like, all right, continue on, and it was like, oh, like it felt, Rebecca Ferguson.
Let me
it felt
just pull
right.
my
It just
pants down.
kind of
No, I'm
felt
just
right. So yeah, the dogs know. Yeah, there was
Holy shit, the zoomies are so fucking real right now. This dog is running.
Rebecca
oh my
Ferguson,
god.
AI judge executioner. Yeah, another weird maybe executioner poll. She was literally judge, jury, executioner.
Sick.
In Mercy. But yeah.
If she was like, die, I'd be like, okay.
I mean, you got, I think it's like, what, a day? You get a day to prove you're innocent.
24
you're
hours.
To prove innocence.
Incredible premise. Incredible premise.
Honestly.
And
yeah.
the problem is that you're like, you know who we should have let lead this movie with an incredible premise?
God, I know. It's he's becoming the Jared Leto. I swear he's gonna but he's better. He's better than Jared Leto. I'd rather have Chris Pratt.
He's more likable than Jared Leto.
Mm-hmm.
And where I will give Jared Leto credit is he's almost certainly a better actor. You know what I'm saying? Like as a performer, he's probably better at it than Chris Pratt is.
That's crazy.
But Chris Pratt, unfortunately, has this likable to the masses, likable everyman thing that resonates with people. For why? I don't know.
But yeah, he's
I mean, I like Star-Lord. Yeah. I like Star-Lord, like I that's where I get it the most. And I liked him in Parks and Rec.
Yeah, true.
But I've never watched a Chris Pratt movie and was like, he's why I liked this movie. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Yeah, no, it was Rebecca Ferguson that I was paying attention to in Mercy the whole time. So, yeah, no, it was
that's why you picked Ewan McGregor.
It was pretty strong. Yeah, but number 2, Chris Pratt, by the way. No, yeah, it's not gonna happen.
Yeah, laughable. But I knew for a fact you were kidding. Like there was not even a moment's hesitation in my heart that believed you could have Chris Pratt top 2.
No, there's 2 people,
and no hate if you love Chris Pratt. That's fine.
True.
That's cool. I actually have a coworker, bless her heart. She asked me recently about the podcast, like, cause she found out I have a podcast and was like, what is it? Can I listen to it? I was like, I don't know. You're 17.
Okay, yeah.
And I'm my work self here. I think you'll have a different view of me if you listen to it. Because I'm like, but she was like, her favorite actor is undoubtedly Chris Pratt, and that's a teenage girl, who loves Marvel movies, and that's her world movie wise, which makes sense.
That's Mario.
That's where that is Mario. That is where that choice makes sense to me. As a grown up, if your favorite actor is Chris Pratt, you haven't grown up. You know what I'm saying? Like that's kind of where I'm at. No hate. No hate.
Oh,
and you know why I can say that? Because no grown up has Chris Pratt as their favorite actor. And if they do, I'll gladly eat my words. Come at me.
Watch him win Best Actor next year at the awards
for Mercy.
And he shuts all of us up, and he takes the stage. Oh my God, he would. No, the day he went, has he even been nominated?
No.
18 wins at the science fiction.
Some sort of Saturn Awards, maybe. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yes. Kansas City, not recognizing him, I guess.
That's right. Casey 10 toes down.
Nothing. Absolutely nothing. But okay.
What? But yeah, Ewan McGregor. That's a great choice to kick off the top 3.
McGregor. I guess Chris Pratt, a random Mercy tangent there. I guess sorry for the insert.
I am receiving a call from Emily. I'm going to put you on hold and I'm going to accept it on the air. So I'm going to keep recording.
Yes. Okay.
Hello, love. I am. How are you? Okay. You get what you need to, and I'll be here when you get back. We're almost done, so shouldn't be recording much longer, and so I'll be around whenever you're ready to hang out. All right, I love you. I'm sorry that your tits hurt. Bye. All right, how the fuck did... We're back?
We back.
All right, cool. Yeah, sorry, she just got off work and she wanted to let me know that she's on her way home and that she got a cheeseburger and that her tits hurt.
Damn.
Breast reduction surgery, you know, these things happen. But yeah, so 3, Ewan McGregor, good choice. I've got somebody who's been repeatedly brought up at 3. And somebody you had a ways back, a while ago. This is where I have Bobby De Niro, number 3, Robert De Niro. This is I just one of the greatest to ever do it, and not only for me one of the greatest to ever do it, but I also fucking love him in most stuff that he's in. Taxi Driver, Goodfellas, Godfather 2, Killers of the Flower Moon, Heat, The Irishman, Casino, Raging Bull, Jackie Brown, King of Comedy, Shark Tale, Deer Hunter, Cape Fear, Bronx Tale, American Hustle, Meet the Parents, Mean Streets, Stardust, Awakening, Sleepers, Midnight Run, Dirty Grandpa, Angel Heart, Ronin, Little Fockers, Machete, Analyze This, Great Expectations, The Beaches of Agnes, The New York, New York, Red Lights, This Boy's Life, The Score, Wag the Dog, New Year's Eve, 1900, Alto Nights, Hi Mom, Hide and Seek, The Family, Backdraft. I haven't seen all of those, but he's in all of them.
He needs to get out more, man. That's my bro was working. Was he ever not working?
Nah, my man's worked
shit.
Forever. Forever. The oldest movie I've seen with Bob De Niro in it is a movie from 1970 called Hi Mom. It's directed by Brian De Palma, and it's a weird movie, man. Like it's really out there, even for De Palma, and definitely out there for De Niro. It's really interesting to see what he was doing when he was a young guy, you know, because and he was 26, 27 in that movie, so it's weird to see Bob De Niro at like our age. Oh wow, it's bizarre. It's fascinating because he's just been an old man my entire life, you know. And I've loved him for a long time. And Raging Bull is probably the best Robert De Niro performance of all time for my money. His work with Martin Scorsese doesn't really get topped. But his role as Jake LaMotta, damn dude, damn is that good. And what's crazy is his second best work for my money with Scorsese. Ooh, god damn, I don't even know how to cultivate a top 5 for this guy.
Yeah.
Because I'm like, you look at Goodfellas. I'm like, you look at Goodfellas and you've got him as Jimmy Conway. Yep, that's peak. You look at, Travis Bickle, Taxi Driver. Yep, that's peak. You go to The Irishman, you see him as Frank Sheeran. Holy shit, is that a good performance? You go to Casino, Ace Rothstein. Yep, that's peak. The despicable William Hale in Killers of the Flower Moon. Yep, he killed that shit. Go to The King of Comedy, why don't you, where he played Rupert Pupkin. That's unbelievable. And that is all just Martin Scorsese stuff. Yeah,
that's wild.
And the fact that he's done so much outside of that, and he's achieved all that he's achieved, and he is genuinely one of the GOATs. I have nothing but respect for that man. And he might be the only real victim of Trump derangement syndrome, as they have dubbed it. This man hates Donald Trump with a fucking vital passion. Like, it might be keeping his heart beating, the hatred he has flowing through him for that guy. He despises Donald Trump, which automatically makes me respect him more. Just real as fuck. Bobby De Niro, it doesn't get better than him, and I couldn't have him outside of my top 3. I believe I had him at 5, below Yo and Reeves at one point. And then I looked at De Niro's body of work, and I went, no, that can't stand. I was like, that just can't stand. There's too much here that is too absurdly good that it's gonna have to happen this way. Yeah. What a good fucking actor. Brilliant performer.
Let's see, where
underrated portrayal of the creature in Mary Shelley's Frankenstein, directed by Kenneth Branagh.
Oh.
He played the creature back then. Really, I think a generally underrated movie for my money. I think that that's actually a pretty great adaptation of Mary Shelley's work, and kind of goes overhated in my opinion. But to each their own.
Dang. But yes, the new second place of the the difference between Jim Carrey is still first, I guess, as of right now.
He is
still, but at 77. But
okay, so you didn't have him 80s. I thought he was 80s. Okay.
Yeah, De Niro is 68. Difference. But Natalie
Where
Portman
did you have
at
Carey?
66. At 17.
Okay.
Myself. So. So yeah, man, I don't know, pretty big dang gaps. And yeah, it is just a weird. I don't know what it is with him. I fully recognize who he is.
I don't know.
Fully recognize, but yeah, it's like it is just weird. Just a personal thing. Nothing about.
Well, all of it's personal. Yeah, all of it is subjective.
Sure. Yeah.
All of it is random. Yeah, that's just how it goes. So I love me some Bobby. I had to have him top 3, and that do. So there you go.
Okay. Fuck. I honestly hate this moment. I wish I could just have a 1A and 1B, but I can't. There's a 2 and there's a 1. And it was very, very hard. I was going back and forth. And then I'm alluding to the infamous living room TV yet again, but the TV show that is on it the most by far is Big Bang Theory. So by far, all the time, Big Bang Theory always on.
Telling me your top 2 is Kaylee Kiyoko?
Yes.
Yeah.
No, but
no. Wait, Jim Parsons. No. Go ahead. Sorry.
In the show, Sheldon is going back and forth whether he wants an Xbox or a PS4. And Amy tells him, "Oh, hey, you can just flip a coin and don't even care about what the heads is this, tails is that.
Yeah, and you'll know.
If you're disappointed by the outcome, then you know exactly what you truly want.
When the coin's in the air, you know which one you want it to land on. Yeah.
And I did that. And it was a very slight feeling, but it was there, and that was what decided it. But damn, is it close? It is very, very close. These 2 people I love, they're on my whole heart. But number 2 will be Denzel Washington at 2.
I didn't see it coming.
Yeah. So he was 1 at the birth of the list. He was 1, and so he was the very first name to go down. So I guess that wins for something. It counts.
It counts for something.
Yeah, the first actor to pop in my head was boom, this man right here, and I think until not too long ago was he number 1. But I think at some point the switch did happen, and I just came to terms with it really during this list. Like during this coin flip was kind of like the final nail in the coffin.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, but yeah, Denzel. So it's crazy at 2. I sound like I'm giving a eulogy speech at a funeral
for your top 2 favorite actor of all time.
Yes, but yeah, so I'm apologizing deeply for 2, which I feel like I should still do. Like, goddamn, I'm sorry you're not number 1, Denzel. I'm sorry, but yeah, no, this is the ultimate living room TV kind of illusion here. Illusion I can make. He is literally like the Equalizer growing up. Those were like the coolest movies to my dad ever, like kind of growing up. So to me, I was like, oh, this is this must be the coolest, kind of guy of all time.
This must be the coolest man alive. Yeah,
Denzel and just happens to be fucking badass in those movies too. So like, the click of the watch, and he does all of his shit, and then he's like, oh, a little disappointed. He's like, he went a couple seconds over what he thought. And he's like, oh, I'll get that down. He's smooth with it. And then, Book of Eli, we've come a long way.
You
but
motherfuckers.
Those are like the childhood movies to grow up with.
King Kong ain't got shit on me. Yeah, dude. Oh, Denzel, man. Fuck.
Still so many blind spots as well. Like Fences I've never seen. I have to get to. Very, very badly, but the tragedy of Macbeth, I've seen, I think, a clip of him, like a little bit of his narration, and that was like, I really want to see that movie. Very
gorgeous,
badly,
gorgeous looking movie at minimum. I mean, brilliant. Maybe the best looking Coen Brothers movie ever.
Yeah. That's crazy. Writers. Joel Coen and William Shakespeare to be just right next to William Shakespeare. Yeah, it's kind of just wild, but no, yeah, Denzel is he's a goat in the game, and he will forever be one of my all-time favorite actors and kind of human beings on the planet. And yeah, I think he's it's just very heartbreaking that he isn't one anymore, and that is kind of wild. But yeah,
you're living your truth. This is how it goes.
There was that last piece of straw that it was. The other guy was climbing that battle. He couldn't quite do it for a while, but then man, he kept, I don't know. He done did it, but yeah, no, again, sorry at 2, at literally only one above, but yeah,
God, Denzel's so fucking cool, man. Yeah, I love that. I love that there for your 2. Definitely knew who your top 2 were, but I didn't anticipate the order. I thought the nostalgic attachment was going to hold true.
I know.
Man. And we fall into similar paths here where the nostalgic attachment does not hold true for who your 1 and 2 are, because my 2 is definitely who I have a greater nostalgic attachment to, and that was your 5, Harrison Ford. Now, you mentioned a little bit ago when you talked about Ewan McGregor and how your love for him is really born of 2 characters. And that's my entire life with Harrison Ford was Han Solo and Indiana Jones. And that's really all you would need for me to have you top 2 as one of my favorite actors of all time. Those are 2 of the coolest characters that have ever graced the screen, and he plays them so fucking awesome. He's so good in both of them. And Indiana Jones will just forever hold a particularly special spot in my heart. And him as Indy's just untouchable, Solo, A Star Wars Story showed me that Han Solo was recastable. And therefore, I don't think any of those roles are unrecastable. I think you could do Mark Hamill, you could recast Luke Skywalker, you could recast Leia, you could do those things. Indy, no fucking shot. I know that they have, and I've watched them.
Huh?
Yeah.
Was it Aaron Aldenreich as well? Is that who did like a young Indy or a different version?
No, young Indy was far before Alden Ehrenreich was old enough to be in stuff.
Okay.
Young Indy was like late 90s, early aughts with a guy named Sean Patrick Flannery, who does a perfectly serviceable job. I don't want to undersell him. Good actor, solid, like him a lot. But it's not even fucking close, dude. Like, it's like, nobody will ever be Harrison Ford as Indiana Jones. And certainly not in a feature film. It's just not going to happen. But beyond that, the work that he's done in Blade Runner, you brought up The Fugitive, Patriot Games is a big one that I always really enjoyed. This is an interesting one where I've watched Harrison Ford, and I think 15, movies, 16, 17, somewhere in that range. And over half of them, he's playing two characters. He's either playing Han or Indy. That's 9 of the fucking 17 I've seen him in. He's just so good. He's so charismatic. Whenever he was awarded that lifetime achievement at the Actor Awards, during the award season a couple months ago, and he got on stage and he talked about following your dream, like he didn't know what his dream was. He didn't even know that this was something he had the capacity to do. He didn't know it was possible. And then he decided he was going to do it one day. And then all of a sudden everything clicked. His life changed. And this was his path now. And it's so interesting to hear about Harrison Ford speak about acting with such passion, because he's always been standoffish and kind of like, yeah, I do this to pay checks, that's what I'm here for. But again, as he ages, him getting more and more vulnerable about what the art form means to him and what movies mean to him and acting in them, it's really fulfilling as a lifelong fan to see he cares as much as I do about the stuff he does. Because not that I was ever going to be like disappointed he didn't. You have every right to be like, yep, I play Han Solo to cash a check. Yep, that's whatever, But to hear him actually talk about stuff that I love, that I've seen him do, and go, you know what, if I'm honest with myself, I love doing it. That's nice. And he is just a ridiculously talented actor, and will forever be an icon. There is a theme song that will follow him wherever he goes for the rest of his life. Mm-hmm. Everywhere he goes, da 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 da. He was in that show Shrinking with Jason Segel on Apple TV Plus, and his character reintroduces himself in a scene, and he goes da 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 da, and he goes, "The goat is back," which is just so spot on. And there's an interview where he goes, "I actually didn't even realize I was doing the indie music. That music is just always in my head." And he just riffed da 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 da, and it was the indie riff, which is so fucking funny, man. Like what a legend. I love him. I love Harrison Ford.
Yeah, like we kind of mentioned, like a Christopher Lee was like a Keanu or a Chuck Norris, but in real life, Keanu Reeves is like the next example. I think like Harrison Ford, he's either tied with Keanu or right there with him. That's your Indiana Jones. I don't know. Yeah, like he's living that life. That theme song is just playing in his head because it's his life's theme song.
It's his theme song. Yeah, that's fucking wild. Awesome.
That's like wow. Like that's an insane thing to have. But okay, yeah, there. Okay, so
that's two. No, that's top two.
I do have my guess on who your one is.
I think you've got it. I think you've got it.
But and I think you're pretty sure.
I'm certain of yours. Yeah.
I'm not throwing any curveballs. This guy, he's knocked over many pedestals. Actually, he wasn't always number one, and in terms of Spider-Man, that was Tobey, and Tobey was a lot further down than he is here. And Denzel was number one as acting for a long, long time. And then Andrew Garfield officially just kind of, silence was, God. I think it was The Viewing. I don't know, that kind of just did it. I said, okay, it's not just Spider-Man. It's not just my love for that. It's the guy, it's the actor. It's I don't know. It's kind of everything. He opened my eyes to musicals more too. I mean, and one of maybe my favorite compliment I've ever received in my life, and I don't think they even meant this as a compliment. It was more of just a statement they were making. But at work, there was this printout sheet of people printed out like the Avengers, everyone who was in like Infinity War, and then they wrote down names of people who they who fit the character types the most. And surprisingly, I guess I thought I was going to be Spider-Man. I walked in and I'm like, okay, I look at Spider-Man and I don't see my name there, and I'm like, huh? I was like, okay, I'm a little mad. Honestly, a little mad. But they put me, and to bring up Chris Pratt again, they put me on Star-Lord. And I said,
Sick.
What the fuck? I said, what is going on? And then, they were like, okay, we're going to put you on Spider-Man, but we already had, someone on Spider-Man, so we couldn't. And then we're like, we're going to put you on Vision. And then we were like, no offense, but that's too good, no one's Vision. And I said, actually, respect, based. I said, you're like,
so
okay. And then they were like,
valid.
And then there was kind of only one left over, is Star-Lord. And so it was like, Iron Man was taken. So like kind of all the, the other people were just kind of taken. And I'm like, okay, I'm not that mad. And then someone said, honestly, you're kind of more, this is Tom Holland Spider-Man. They said, you're more of like the Andrew Garfield Spider-Man. And I said, oh,
thank you.
I just went, I'm like, that you could not have said a better, I love you. I think that's literally what I said. I think I said, I love you to them, right after the comment. So yeah, no, I love Andrew Garfield, and I think, it is a weird to say that I think he is my favorite Spider-Man. I think that's without a doubt. But the movies, I do still think I go Tobey, which is kind of weird. Like it is so weird, my love for Spider-Man and where it lies. But he is kind of, I think, the encapsulation of the character. I think he does it so damn well, and kind of I love his little tweaks, his little like in suit. I think he does the little actual spider movements. And I think he's just beautiful as well. Just beautiful as in general. But
gorgeous,
but
man.
No, but like a I feel a very genuine I would love to hang out with this guy. I feel like I really don't think he's putting up any smokes and screens and a big facade. It feels like he's a pretty nice guy. But I don't know. As far as the acting in the movies I've seen him in, and Spidey, and I can never get enough of Andrew Garfield. I've only loved him more and more and more. And so he's only climbed, and now he's above Denzel. I mean, he's at the tippy top of the mountain. He can't really climb much higher. I don't know what he has to do. I think favorite human, I guess, is all. Maybe that's left. I don't know.
It's the only threshold. Yeah.
So that's a pretty dang high bar. There's a act. No offense against all of these other people, but there's a lot of humans in front of these people. That's a much more difficult list to make there, I feel like, and probably, I don't know, a weird on principle to just do a favorite humans list.
No.
But no.
It's like my mom, like kind of hard to rationalize.
Yes.
It's hard to not be the most subjective thing ever when it comes to that. It's like, my brother, shit like that. But yeah, Andrew Garfield, I mean, he would probably be 5 outside of my, 4 immediate family members.
Yeah, I want
right
him
there
to be my family member.
I want him.
Yes,
you can just leave
Will
it there.
Will you marry me? Actually, that's this is an official proposal.
Andrew, if you're listening, Mr. Garfield, I will be good to you. I promise.
I love it.
I love it.
But yeah, I had to.
God, I love that for your one. I was confident Denzel and Andrew Garfield would be your top 2. I did not know the order. I expected it would be the other way around. And I thought there was a genuine chance Harrison Ford might even creep into the top 3. And I thought that me having him at 2 would be kind of close to like a very, very reasonable possibility, but I love it. I love it for your list here.
Yeah. There it is.
Okay. Well then, to cap it all off, I'm going to go ahead and conclude things with what will be our largest delta yet.
Okay. Yes.
Number 1, my favorite actress to ever do it, is Laura Dern.
Yes.
I love Laura Dern. Yeah.
Yeah.
89, right?
Let's see. Yes, or that's Anya. Let's see, where is she? She's 90 actually. So,
okay.
Yeah. Wow. Even more. I think so.
Yeah.
At least in the Excel sheet, I'll confirm in the.
Oh, I mean, she was listed at 90. I meant the
yeah.
delta is 89, right?
Oh, okay. Yes. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah. No, you're all good. I just wanted to make sure that we were on the same page. I was like, yeah, I remember when you because you listed Laura Dern as the final person in the first episode. And I went, oh, that's too good. That's too good. The last person of the first episode and the last person of the last episode was Laura Dern.
Dang. Wow.
Yeah. I got very excited when I heard it because I was like, that's too good. And it encouraged me immediately that we wouldn't have identical lists. Not that I expected we would, but I was all the more reassured we definitely wouldn't, whenever that came about. Similar reasonings as Kyle MacLachlan, where Kyle MacLachlan was a self-insert of sorts for David Lynch. Laura Dern was like a muse. You know, it was like she inspired him, and she was so quintessentially perfect and giving as an actor and as a performer, and so willing to do whatever it took to make his vision come to life, that ultimately she might be here because I'm not even going to say might. She is here because my favorite director of all time is David Lynch. You know what I'm saying? Like, that is why Laura Dern is my number one favorite actress, because I look at Blue Velvet, I look at Wild at Heart, I look at Inland Empire, and I look at Twin Peaks: The Return.
Damn. Yeah.
That's four of my favorite things that have ever been made for film, and she is at the center of all of them. She's too good, man. And then you expand your scope and you go, okay, how about blockbusters? Try Jurassic Park and my second favorite Star Wars movie.
Yeah, she has a maneuver named after her.
Dude, she's a fucking legend. Let's expand our scope a little bit more and go with one of my favorite literary adaptations of all time, Little Women, where she plays Marmee. Mm-hmm. Dude, fuck off. Mm-hmm. That's insane. Let's go to her Oscar-winning role in Marriage Story. Let's go. I'm in. Let's move to some of the work she's done just last year. Her starring opposite Will Arnett and Is This Thing On, and being an agent in the film Jay Kelly with George Clooney and directed by Noah Baumbach. Like, that's just stuff she did last year, and those are both exceptional performances. One of my favorite Laura Dern performances of all time comes in one of my favorite movies ever made, Kelly Reichardt's Certain Women. I've brought this up a few times because I have 3 of the 4 Certain Women on this list, and one of them was a major oversight. If I had another crack at this, I probably would include Michelle Williams. But Laura Dern, Kristen Stewart, and Lily Gladstone are all in that movie. And I have all 3 of those ladies, or all 3 of those people, I should say. I've loved Laura Dern for probably, compared to some of the other names that I have towards the top of the list, Harrison Ford, Robert De Niro, Keanu Reeves, relatively short. I'm noticing that my actresses are relatively recent loves compared to the actors, like Laura Dern, Michelle Yeoh, Cate Blanchett. It's kind of stuff that I fell into the last 3 or 4 years, whereas I grew up on Harrison Ford. I kind of grew up on Bob De Niro. I kind of grew up on Keanu Reeves. So it's interesting. I hadn't really tracked that, but Laura Dern, she's just the fucking goat, man. She was in Blue Velvet at 17.
Damn.
She was 17 during the production of that film. 1-7. That's fucking crazy. Just a brilliant performance from a brilliant actress, and it only ever got better from there. Jurassic Park, she's so good as Ellie. She's perfect. My favorite Lynch performance of hers, I mean, that's what's crazy, is Blue Velvet's probably my least favorite Lynch performance of hers. I look at her as Lula in Wild at Heart, and I'm like, holy shit. I look at her as Diane in The Return, and I'm like, holy shit. I look at her as Nikki Grace and Susan Blue in Inland Empire, and I'm like, holy shit. you should have won awards for that, but the Academy is nowhere near ready to accept Inland Empire as a actual possibility for awards. She's one of the greats, and I as I was making this list, it just became harder and harder for me to go, yeah, I like them more than Laura Dern. And it ultimately ended up being the case that I don't think I like anybody more than I like Laura Dern. So that's why she tops the list for me, and I fucking love her, man. So I've got Laura Dern topping the list, my number one favorite actor of all time. Wow.
And Cheryl Lee at 100.
There you go.
That's
there you go.
Sick.
Diane and Laura Palmer bookending.
If Kyle MacLachlan was number one, it wouldn't feel genuine. I do love the man,
right,
but it wouldn't actually feel genuine to put him at one. But how sweet that would have been to have Laura Dern, Kyle MacLachlan, and I guess Michael B. Jordan would be joining a weird, 100 and one. At one point was Katie O'Brien, I guess, or maybe
formerly
one and the same.
Katie O'Brien.
But yeah, no, no, she definitely needed to, I think I need to see the other Lynches as well.
Yeah, Laura Dern will shoot up your list the second that you see Inland Empire, because that's the only one Lynch-wise that you haven't seen from her. It's just such an absurd movie conceptually that to be able to act in that movie and do it justice is crazy. Like it's a bizarre movie. So yeah, she had a great cameo appearance in the movie Caught Stealing last year. I love that movie. Austin Butler repeatedly throughout the movie calls his mom and talks about San Francisco Giants games, but you only ever hear her, you don't see her. And they keep talking to her and talking to her and talking to her. And at the end of the movie, she's mailed something. And she opens it up and it's Laura fucking Dern. And you're like, oh, that was his mom the whole fucking time? That's awesome.
Wow.
Yeah, no, so small thing, but I love shit like that, man. And she is the best. I can't get enough of her. So I've got Laura Dern, tippy top of the list. So go ahead and run me back through your top 10 favorite performers of all time.
All right. 1, Andrew Garfield. 2, Denzel Washington. 3, Ewan McGregor. 4, Kyle MacLachlan. 5, Harrison Ford. 6, Willem Dafoe. 7, Emma Stone. 8, Robert Pattinson. 9, Keanu Reeves. And 10, Jeff Bridges.
All right. I have number 1, Laura Dern. Number 2, Harrison Ford. Number 3, Robert De Niro. Number 4, Michelle Yeoh. Number 5, Keanu Reeves. Number 6, Cate Blanchett. Number 7, Jimmy Stewart. Number 8, Andrew Garfield. Number 9, Al Pacino. And number 10, Emma Stone. And with that, we conclude our top 100 favorite actors series and look forward to what comes in June. The official announcement. This has been posted publicly online for a couple days now, but most of you don't give a fuck about that. So June will bring for us a celebration of Pride Month. Always will. We're never going to skip Pride Month. It's always going to be spotlighting queer film. But we are getting even more specific with Pride Month, and we are doing strictly women-directed features for Pride Month. And we are going to be kicking that off with But I'm a Cheerleader, starring Natasha Lyonne. I can't wait to discuss that one. It's one that I've watched a couple of times, and every time I watch it, I'm absolutely taken by it. Directed by Jamie Babbitt. We are going to be following that one up with Saving Face, which was directed by Alice Wu. Stars Joan Chen. It stars Michelle Krusik and Lin Shen, and I'm very, very much so looking forward to that one. It's one I've only seen once, but immediately fell in love with, and I cannot wait to show you it. We are going to be celebrating June 19th, which colloquially is known as Juneteenth, celebration of African American, the end of enslavement as we know it, as we knew it. It's got a whole new face now. Directed by Cheryl Dunye, starring Cheryl Dunye. I'm very excited for that. It is called The Watermelon Woman. That's going to be an interesting one, as it is the only blind spot I have on this list. It's been one that's been high up on my watch list for a long time, and I can't wait to cross it off. No better time than the present. So we got that on June 19th. And then to wrap the month up, on June 26th, we will be discussing To Wong Fu, Thanks for Everything, Julie Newmar, directed by Beeban Kidron, released in 1995, starring Patrick Swayze, Wesley Snipes, and John Leguizamo as drag queens. And it doesn't get better than that. It's genuinely one of the biggest comfort movies I have ever watched. I love it. I love it dearly. So that is the slate in June. But I'm a Cheerleader, Saving Face, The Watermelon Woman, and To Wong Fu, Thanks for Everything, Julie Newmar. And with that, we can conclude this episode of The Cinementalists. I was Colton Robertson. I was joined by Joseph George. Thank you for naming dudes with me.
Oh, it's always a pleasure to name dudes. I'll name dudes with you anytime.
I'd name dudes with you in any universe.
Mm-hmm. Oh, there it is.
Everything Everywhere All at Once is getting watched. It's getting watched.
I think it is that time. Year and a half. It is. It's
about that cyclical nature of things.
Yeah.
I can't wait. But yeah, so got that to look forward to. But in the meantime, remember, go ahead, watch a Laura Dern movie. Go ahead, watch an Andrew Garfield movie. But above all else, remember, in your heart of hearts, fuck ICE.